Norway's high prices are legendary. Rent, groceries, taxes. But those are just the obvious costs. The real financial surprises are the hidden, everyday expenses that don't show up in your online research. These are the small, recurring charges, admin fees, seasonal utility spikes, and social expectations that quietly drain your budget. If you're planning to move here, understanding these invisible costs is crucial. It's not just about surviving the sticker shock. It's about being prepared for the steady drip of expenses that add up fast. Let's break down the real, hidden costs of living in Norway in 2025 so you can plan smarter and avoid nasty surprises. This guide is for anyone seriously considering a move to Norway, job seekers, students, or those joining family. If you're already here and wondering why your money disappears, you're not alone. We'll go beyond the obvious comparisons and dig into the subtle cultural costs that calculators miss. This isn't a complaint or a scare tactic, it's the practical advice I wish I'd had. My goal: help you avoid financial stress and set realistic expectations. If you want to thrive in Norway, knowing what's really ahead is your best tool. Everyone expects high rent in Norway's cities, but that's just the beginning. The advertised price is only the base. Utilities, internet, parking, and even laundry often cost extra. Many newcomers budget for rent alone, only to be blindsided by these add-ons. In Norway, rent is a package deal of hidden costs, not a single payment. If you're used to all-inclusive rent, this can be a shock. Understanding this layered system is key to avoiding budget blowouts. Always read the fine print and ask what's included. Your wallet will thank you. Before moving in, you'll need a deposit, usually 3 months' rent locked in a joint account. This money is untouchable for the length of your lease, reducing your emergency fund and flexibility. If you move again, you may need a new deposit before getting the old one back, doubling the cash you need on hand. Deposit loan schemes exist, but they add fees and interest. The deposit isn't just a formality, it's a major, ongoing financial hurdle for renters. Plan for this dead money so you're not caught off guard. Most Norwegian rentals are completely unfurnished. No bed, no table, sometimes not even lights. Arriving with just suitcases, you'll need to buy everything fast. Second-hand options exist, but finding, collecting, and assembling furniture is time-consuming and stressful for newcomers. If you're staying short-term, investing in furniture can feel wasteful. The choice: spend big for comfort, or live minimally to save. Either way, furnishing your home is a major, often underestimated, upfront cost. After rent and deposit, the real monthly costs begin. Electricity, internet, insurance, laundry, parking, and sometimes municipal fees. Electricity bills can spike in winter, doubling or tripling your costs. Internet and insurance are rarely included and add up quickly. Even laundry and parking can become recurring micro-expenses. Each bill seems small, but together they push your real housing cost far above the advertised rent. The lesson: always budget for more than the sticker price. In Norway, the true cost of living is in the details. Electricity in Norway is a shock for many newcomers. Despite abundant hydroelectric power, prices are volatile and unpredictable. Bills can change dramatically, leaving many expats surprised and stressed. Your bill includes spot prices, grid fees, and taxes, making it hard to predict. Choosing the right contract is confusing, and bill shock is a common rite of passage in Norway. Winter in Norway turns electricity confusion into a real financial challenge. As days grow shorter and temperatures drop, heating becomes a necessity, not a luxury. Most homes rely on electric heating, so staying warm means higher bills. Winter electricity usage can double or triple compared to summer, catching many off guard. You become mindful of every degree on the thermostat, learning to adapt and conserve energy. In Norway, energy awareness is part of daily life. You track electricity prices on your phone, plan chores around peak hours, and even time your showers. Some homes use smart systems, but for most, it's a constant calculation, managing every appliance, every light, every cost. In Norway, electricity isn't just a bill, it's a daily decision. In Norway, the high cost of living hits hardest at the grocery store, every single day. Even basic items like bread, milk, and cheese come with a hefty price tag. Shopping becomes a careful exercise in cost management as you question every purchase. This daily sticker shock is a constant reminder of Norway's high cost of living. In Norway, high grocery prices mean spontaneous meals out nearly vanish. Eating out or grabbing takeaway becomes a rare, expensive treat, no longer a quick fix for a busy night. Instead, you learn to prepare matpakke, packed lunches at home, just like the locals. Life shifts to home-cooked meals and careful planning, changing your routines and social life. Living with Norwegian grocery prices forces you to become a smarter, more disciplined shopper. You plan meals around weekly discounts, compare store brands, and avoid food waste. Every item thrown away feels like cash lost. Many even explore international stores or local co-ops for better deals. These habits change your relationship with food, making you a conscious, resourceful consumer. When researching salaries in Norway, many just look at the income tax rate, but the real picture is more complex. There are multiple layers: income tax, social security contributions, and local taxes, each taking a bite from your salary. Newcomers are often surprised by how much is deducted, making take-home pay feel much smaller than expected. The deductions from your salary are just one side of the tax story. Every time you spend money in Norway, you pay MVA, an invisible tax built into almost every price. The standard rate is 25%, making goods and services feel expensive. It's a silent tax that quietly erodes your spending power with every purchase. When all these layers of taxation are combined, the income tax, the social security contributions, and the high VAT on everything you buy, you arrive at the core misunderstanding that frustrates many newcomers. There is a significant difference between your salary on paper and your actual spending power in real life. You might have negotiated a salary that looks impressive, especially when converted back to your home currency. It can give you a false sense of financial security, making you believe you will have a large amount of disposable income. But this is where the Norwegian economic reality hits hard. Your gross salary is an attractive number, but it is not a measure of your wealth. After the direct taxes are deducted, your net salary is what lands in your bank account. This is the first reduction. Then, as you begin to spend that net salary on groceries, clothes, transportation, and services, the 25% VAT acts as a second continuous reduction. Each krona you spend is worth less in terms of the actual goods or services it can buy, because a significant portion of its value is tax. This dual impact of direct and indirect taxation means your real-world spending power is much smaller than you might have calculated. This discrepancy confuses and often discourages immigrants who feel like they are working hard but not getting ahead. They see a high number on their contract but feel the financial squeeze in their daily life. It feels like your money is vanishing into thin air. A salary that would afford a very comfortable, upper middle class lifestyle in many other countries might only provide a standard, average lifestyle in Norway. This is not because you are being paid unfairly, it is because the cost of funding the Norwegian social model is distributed across both your earnings and your spending. Understanding this gap is crucial for setting realistic financial expectations. You are not just earning a salary, you are buying into a high-cost, high-support system. The taxes you pay fund free education, subsidized healthcare, and a strong social safety net. But the price of that stability is a reduced personal spending power. Many newcomers focus on the high salary without fully appreciating the high cost of participation in the system. Your salary looks good on paper, but your ability to spend and save feels smaller in practice. This is the ultimate hidden cost of the Norwegian tax structure, the invisible reduction of your financial freedom. Norway's public healthcare is a huge draw, offering security and quality care. But it's not truly free. You pay user fees for doctor visits and prescriptions, which add up each year until you reach the frikort threshold. Dental care, however, is almost entirely private and can be shockingly expensive, catching many newcomers off guard. Norway's efficiency comes at a price: paperwork and plastic. From registering with the police to getting a bank card, small but unavoidable fees add up fast. Every document, translation, or bank service has a cost. Even using your card abroad or sending money home means more fees. These small charges quietly drain your wallet, an invisible price of life in Norway. Norway's efficiency makes life easier, but convenience comes at a cost. From delivery fees and paid laundry to public restroom charges and penalties for missed appointments, small user fees add up fast. These micro expenses may seem minor, but together they quietly drain your paycheck, reminding you that in Norway, order and efficiency are never free. Norway's public transport is excellent, clean, reliable, and gets you almost anywhere. But this quality comes at a price. Tickets are expensive, and even monthly passes can cost close to 1,000 kroner. Intercity travel is also costly, making weekend trips add up fast. In Norway, you get quality and convenience, but you pay a premium for it. If you think public transport is expensive, wait until you consider owning a car in Norway. Here, a car is a true luxury item, with high taxes, insurance, and fuel prices making ownership a major financial commitment. Many Norwegians turn to electric vehicles for incentives, but even then, owning any car is costly. In Norway, the costs of driving never end. Beyond buying and maintaining your car, you pay tolls on nearly every road, and ferries are essential and expensive, especially along the fjords. Parking in cities is scarce and costly, with high fees for both street and garage spots. Tolls, ferries, and parking. These relentless expenses drain your wallet every time you drive. The high cost of transport powerfully shapes where you live. Because getting around is expensive, there's a huge premium on proximity. Living close to work or school isn't just convenient. It's a major financial strategy. You face a choice: pay more to live centrally and save on transport, or move further out and spend more time and money commuting. Understanding the price of proximity is key to making smart decisions in Norway. In Norway, even grabbing a simple coffee can be shockingly expensive, changing how people socialize. A single cup can cost 50 to 70 kroner, and adding a pastry quickly doubles that. Because of these costs, Norwegians often gather at home instead of cafes or bars. For newcomers, this high price of socializing can feel both isolating and expensive. Moving to Norway can feel isolating, as the high cost of social life often means declining invitations and drifting into solitude. Social connections are essential, but when every outing is expensive, it can feel like you're being priced out of friendship. Many newcomers create an isolation budget, money set aside just to stay connected, even if it feels financially irresponsible. It's a hidden cost, but for many, it's necessary to avoid loneliness in a new home. The emotional tax of distance is a hidden cost for immigrants in Norway. Travel home is expensive and time-consuming, making visits rare. The high price of flights means missing important moments with loved ones, and video calls can't replace being there. This cost is paid not just with money, but with your heart. So, how does life in Norway stack up against countries like Canada or the United States? It is a question many potential immigrants ask. When you compare them, you are not just comparing price tags. You are comparing fundamentally different philosophies. The US, and to a lesser extent Canada, often offers lower taxes and a lower cost for many consumer goods. This can create a feeling of greater financial freedom. Your salary might go further on a day-to-day basis, allowing for more discretionary spending on things like eating out, shopping, and entertainment. Life can feel more affordable, and your spending power can seem higher. Norway, on the other hand, offers something different: expensive stability. Life here is built on a foundation of predictability and a strong social safety net. The high taxes you pay are not just disappearing into a void. They are funding a system that provides subsidized healthcare, excellent public education, and robust support if you lose your job or become ill. This system reduces the risk of catastrophic financial shocks that can derail a person's life in other countries. You are less likely to face bankruptcy due to a medical emergency or be saddled with crippling student debt. It is a trade-off. You give up some of your individual spending power in exchange for collective security. The financial experience in Norway is therefore less about highs and lows and more about a high, stable baseline. In the US, you might earn more and pay less tax, but you are also personally responsible for saving for retirement, health emergencies, and your children's education. In Norway, much of this is handled collectively. You earn more on paper than in many places, but as we have seen, you also spend much more just to maintain a normal life. The hidden costs, from electricity and groceries to the small fees for everyday services, ensure that your budget is constantly under pressure. Ultimately, the choice between these systems comes down to personal priorities. Do you value lower costs and greater individual financial freedom with the accompanying risks? Or do you prefer higher costs in exchange for greater stability and a social safety net? There is no right or wrong answer. Compared to Canada or the US, Norway does not necessarily offer an easier financial life. It offers a different one. It is a life where your financial world is more predictable and secure. But that expensive stability is, at the end of the day, still very expensive. If you are thinking about moving to Norway after reading all this, the key takeaway is not to be discouraged, but to be prepared. The biggest mistake you can make is to build your budget based only on the big, visible numbers. Do not just look at the average salary for your profession and the average rent in your chosen city. This approach will leave you completely unprepared for the reality of your monthly expenses. The real secret to financial survival and success in Norway is to budget for the invisible, the quiet costs that accumulate in the background. Your budget needs to have room for the things this essay has highlighted. Start by looking beyond the base rent. When you see a rental listing, Mentally add at least 15 to 20% to that number to account for electricity, internet, insurance, and other potential fees. Assume your winter electricity bill will be at least double your summer bill. Create a realistic grocery budget by browsing online Norwegian supermarkets and seeing the actual prices of your staple foods. Do not underestimate this category. It will be a significant and relentless part of your spending. Acknowledge that eating out will be a rare luxury, not a regular convenience, and plan accordingly. You also need to budget for the system itself. Set aside an amount each year for the healthcare egenandel, the user fees you will pay until you hit the free court limit. If you plan to own a car, your budget needs to be extremely detailed, including not just fuel and insurance, but also a generous estimate for tolls, parking, and regular maintenance. And crucially, create a social fund. Earmark a certain amount of money each month, specifically for those coffees, drinks, or activities that will allow you to build a community. Think of it as an investment in your mental health. This kind of detailed defensive budgeting might seem pessimistic, but it is actually the path to peace of mind. By anticipating these hidden costs, you remove their power to surprise and derail you. You will be in control of your finances, rather than feeling like your money is constantly slipping through your fingers for reasons you cannot explain. In a high-cost country like Norway, a good budget is not just a tool for tracking spending. It is your most important shield against financial stress. It is how you prepare for the costs you cannot see coming. So, if you are planning on making the move to Norway, do not just ask how much you will earn. That is only half of the equation. The more important question to ask is this: how much will my everyday life quietly cost me? Look past the impressive salary figures and the promise of a high quality of life. Dig deeper into the small, mundane expenses that will define your daily financial reality. Talk to other immigrants who live there, read forums, watch videos, gather as much information as you can about the real, on-the-ground cost of living. Remember that a successful move is not just about having a job. It is about building a sustainable life. That means understanding the trade-offs you are making. You are choosing a country that offers incredible safety, stability, and a deep connection to nature. It offers a work-life balance that is the envy of much of the world. These benefits are real and profound, but they are paid for by a system that demands a lot from you financially, both in visible taxes and in 1,000 invisible costs that will test your budget and your resilience. Come with your eyes wide open. Come with a healthy amount of savings to cushion you against the initial setup costs, the 3-month deposit, the need to buy furniture, the administrative fees. Come with a realistic budget that accounts for the volatility of electricity, the high price of groceries, and the cost of maintaining a social life. If you do that, you will not be caught off guard. You will be able to navigate the financial challenges without the constant stress of surprise, allowing you to fully embrace the incredible experiences that Norway has to offer. If you found this breakdown helpful and want more honest guides about the realities of life as an immigrant in Norway, please subscribe to the channel. Here, I share the real experiences and the practical advice that people often do not tell you before you move. My goal is to help you arrive prepared, so you can build a life you love in this beautiful, challenging, and ultimately rewarding country. Thank you for